Welcome back to Cosmoholics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and today's video is my Bad Girls Club recap. You guys, this episode was too much, okay? So the episode starts off with Little Key being angry, waking up angry, as we expected her to, because of the altercation between her and Miss Brianna. Seven calls her mom and basically complains to her mother about Bree, and her mom basically gives her the okay to fight Brianna. She said, well, you got options. I guess that wasn't really an open window to fight, but that's what it sounded like to me. Seven, when she's talking to her mom, refers to Bree as an over-tanned stripper. So I guess I was right when I said that her foundation was too dark, but I couldn't really tell because I watch it on my laptop. So even though it's like HD, it's not the clear. It's like, it's not as clear as this YouTube video. Definitely not as clear as this. I don't know why. Those streaming sites just are grainy. Even when it's HD, it's still grainy. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Little Key pulls Brianna aside to talk to her and ask her, or like, I guess just like get clarity on what happened the night before and kind of explain herself in a way. She's trying to tell Brianna that she personally in her heart didn't feel as though she was loud. And Brianna shuts that shit down real quick and lets her know that it doesn't matter if you didn't feel that you were loud. The point is that you were loud, and I addressed you nicely when I first said it, did I not? And Kiara didn't even like acknowledge that. She was just getting frustrated and decided to walk off because she felt like she was talking to a brick wall. I agreed with Bree 100%. It doesn't matter how you feel you were. The point is, she heard you and she just asked you guys to quiet it down. It's like she said for you guys to shut up and go to bed. She literally said, can you guys be quiet? So Fran does not agree with Bree's lifestyle. Bree is a stripper and she might not want to admit it, but she is a damn prostitute, okay? As long as somebody's paying for your box, even if you're not selling it every day, you're a damn prostitute. And it just is what it is. She has sugar daddies and all this. And so Fran doesn't agree with her lifestyle, and she keeps like, in confessional, she keeps talking about it and I guess comparing herself to Bree. I don't know if she's keeps comparing herself to her because she's white too, or if she is, because you don't hear Fran comparing herself to anybody else in the house. It all started when she seen that this girl was going to be the new blonde girl. They kind of hashed it out, but then as time has gone on, Fran still does not like this girl. Even though they were cool for a couple days, Fran doesn't like her. So say Fran and Big Key head out to take pictures, random pictures of random guys, because Big Key wants to be some kind of matchmaker, I guess. And so they're taking random pictures of these guys that they're meeting on some boulevard and gonna set up like a speed dating thing. Little Key has purchased roller skates to keep herself busy in the house because she feels as though she's not busy enough, or she feels as though like things are easily going to go left if she doesn't occupy her time. They all are on the roof and Bree basically squashes whatever little beef they had because I guess she just wants to have a good time. I think everybody wants to have a good time. Everybody wants to live in a perfect house where everybody gets along, but it just doesn't go down like that. So Bree squashes the beef and they're on the roof. Everybody's on the roof and they're basically playing Never Have I Ever. And Bree asked the question, never have I ever slept with a white guy. And I think nobody like drank or whatever. And then when she said for free, I don't know who drank and who didn't, but I just know it wasn't just her that did not drink. So I said, everybody selling their pussy? I'm confused. So yeah, it's pretty evident that everybody in the house likes their men in chocolate. At this point, Fran is absolutely and utterly disgusted. And it's so funny because it's just like, who cares? Like, mind your business, Fran. Fran is so disgusted, and every minute she gets, she's like, this is just, we live our lives so differently, and this, that, and the third. And I totally get that, but like, I just don't understand why she keeps comparing herself to her. That is what I don't understand. I don't understand. If you don't agree with her lifestyle, cool, but there's no need to compare yourself to her. Like, I don't know what Fran's purpose is at this point. But yeah, she goes in confessional and expresses all of those feelings to the directors or the producers and the cameraman. So Say is interested in setting up a hookah bar. This is one of the tasks on the board for her to gain some points for West Coast. And she basically just calls the guy and sets the appointment up. She's there talking to the guy. He basically mentions the fact that she can make her own hookah flavor. He doesn't really say that she can't. He's just talking about it and saying that it's like a thing. And so she's basically saying like, oh, she's never even considered that or thought about it. She probably didn't even know it existed. And so she's interested in that. And so she's going to contact him in the future and blah, blah, blah. Like, the very beginning of the episode was friggin' boring. I'm not going to lie. I was bored. I was like, when's the turn up? But as we know, the turn up usually doesn't start until later into the episode because these people want to make sure that you watch next week as well. So Say actually got 10 points for her team for doing this. The score is now 61 to 57. So it's not too bad, but West Coast is losing still. So Kiki calls all of the guys that she photographed. This is big key, by the way. Honestly, whatever, you guys will figure it out. When I'm calling names, you guys will figure it out. But Kiki is calling all the guys that she photographed and is setting up the speed dating thing, and she just wants everybody to go out and have fun. All the girls get ready to go and they basically head out to the speed dating event. I don't know if this all happened in one day, but to me it just felt like very short notice. Why wouldn't she tell the guy, like why wouldn't she have organized it from before, and when she was taking their pictures tell them to be there or be square? To be honest, the reason that the people didn't show up was because they didn't know what else to expect. All they saw was Fran, Sayora, and Big Key, so they're not sure who else is in the house for them to be speed dating with, so they probably just didn't want to show up based on that. Anyway, they head out to the speed dating. Literally no guys are there. They show up first, and from I don't know how long they were there for, but it took a while for anybody to show up, and it really looked like nobody was going to show up. I was actually really surprised to see that people did show up. Black people run on colored people time, so there was no surprise really, to be honest. There was no surprise that the guys were late. Unfortunately, only 3 guys showed up for 7 girls, so it was a hot fucking mess. But they still managed to have a little bit of fun. One of the guys actually forgot 7's name and called her Summer. And I was dying, but 7 was acting like she wasn't interested. She said she likes hood dudes, real hood dudes, and I guess none of these guys were hood enough for her. He wasn't hood enough for me. But yeah, that's basically all that happened there. Like I said, the beginning of the episode was very honestly, I have a feeling I'm gonna hate my makeup today. The East has 71 points because Kiki managed to pull this off. Bree actually ends up twerking for one of the guys, and her whole ass is coming out, child. Her panties is out, child. She admits that her butt's fake and tells the guy that she's twerking for that he can touch it, and I was like clutching my pearls. I said, oh my gosh. Like, I know she's a stripper, and you know, you expect strippers to do stripper shit, but it was just a little much, you know. Get it how you live, bitch. Get it how you live. But yeah, the guy was making jokes. He's like, I'm about to get my wallet out. Nigga, no you not. You's a damn lie. $9 bill having ass. Like, I can't deal. And of course, while all this is going on, Miss Franny Fran was throwing a fit. She was in confessional, so disgusted. She was across the room looking at it all going down, and she was so disgusted. She's like, this is just appalling. Like, she was actually appalled, you guys. She was like, oh hell no, this bitch is not acting like she's in the strip club right now working for the dollar bills, and she ain't even getting no dollar bills right now. This was all for free. But she was just having fun, I guess, you know. Everybody has fun in their own way. Anyway, they get back to the house and Bree is actually on a Skype call kind of thing with her parents, who are absolutely adorable. Loved her parents. She basically yells for everybody to come say hi to her parents, and when she said this, Shay's follower ass came blazing down the hallway like Shay comes speeding down like a fucking Thundercat, bitch. And I was just like, why is she so excited to meet this girl's parents? Like, what did I miss? I was like, what the hell did I miss? Why is she so hyped to meet this girl's parents? Maybe she just likes meeting parents, but yeah, no. Her ass was a little bit too excited for me. Especially because they don't really fuck with the new girl like that. I was just like, why is she so hyped? Like, her parents giving out cash rewards or something? Like, let me know why this bitch was running down the hallway like that. Overly excited to meet homegirl's parents. Like, so bad. She just wants to be accepted by everybody. She drives me nuts. I can't. Anyway, after this, the girls are headed to Playhouse. This is Bree, Anna's first time going with them to Playhouse. All the other times, I guess she just wasn't there, and her first night they went to the strip club. So tonight they are headed to good old Playhouse to get down and dirty. And this is basically where I guess the episode starts to turn up a little bit. Anyway, while they're at Playhouse, Bree sees some real hood ratchet dude across the club with face tats and all that, okay? She sees him across the club and she want him, like she's interested in him. So she tells Seven that she sees some guy across the place and she's interested in him, and Seven's like, oh, we know him. So Seven then reaches over to Sayora and tells Sayora like she's interested in your friend with the tats. And so Sayora basically, like, I guess signals or something for him to come over to their section. So I'm like, oh, what a good friend. Like, that's cute. So this guy's name is Jamie, and I don't know how long him and Sayora have been friends for, but he comes over and she introduces him to Bree. Bree is hella, she's shooting her shot. Well, it seemed like she was shooting her shot, but then all of a sudden didn't go down like that. And she did tell Say that she wants to get his number. I think she told him that she wants to get his number, and then Say ended up taking his number. I don't know why she did this, but then Little Key was over in the corner saying every time, bro, like every time. Basically saying that Sayora always does shit like that. Like every single guy she wants to hook up with or talk to and blah, blah, blah. And so Bree is a little pissed about this. She's not happy about this because Say and her are supposed to be cool. And she told her she's interested in the guy, and now Say's taking the number. And so she's not feeling that at all. So in Sayora's confessional, she actually states that the tension in the van or in the bus is really, really awkward right now, and she does not like it because it's obvious that Bree is mad with her. She's saying that she only called the guy over to their section because Bree wanted to talk to him, and Bree is misreading what happened or misunderstanding what happened. I don't really understand that because Sayora didn't really have a reason to take his number. Like, you would have thought she already had his number since they're friends. She knows that Bree wanted the guy's number, so I was kind of confused as to why she took the number instead. So I totally understood why Bree would have been pissed at that. I would have been pissed too. If I tell you I want to freaking talk to somebody, don't take their number. If I just told you I want their number, like, that's fucking stupid. So yeah, Say says Bree basically took it the wrong way. And so I was just waiting to figure out how. I was like, okay, well, what's the right way to take that shit? Anyway, they are done partying. They get on the bus, and Bree needs to pee really badly. And so at one point you do hear Fran says, like, we're not pulling, like, we're not getting off, or we're not stopping. Okay, so she's basically saying, like, we ain't gonna pull over for this, bitch. You can hold your piss. But Bree couldn't hold her piss, baby. She couldn't hold it. She was like an infant. She was like, nope, got to go now, fuck this. I think she tried to hold it, but she couldn't. And it was either piss on the seat right there or grab a bottle and try to pee inside. And so that's what she did. Now, I wouldn't personally do this. I cannot agree with this scenario, bitch. Just hold your pee. I'm sure the club is not that far from the house. I mean, oh, lordy. But she had to go, y'all, so she just grabbed the bottle, and nobody really had a problem with it except for Big Key, who was covering her mouth in disgust, and Fran was like, that's actually disgusting. That is so nasty. And so Fran is over in the corner there talking her shit, and of course Bree can hear Fran saying what she's saying, and so she basically starts saying to Fran, like, don't worry Fran, when we get home we can fight since you want to play me and call me disgusting and nasty and blah blah blah. My personal opinion, she said she got a little bit of pee on the bus. Apparently it was little, but the way they were acting when they were getting off the bus, it was a lot. So I don't fucking know how much piss it was. Either way, you just don't pee in a moving vehicle. Like, unless you're a man, you can piss in a cup directly and not getting nowhere, then just don't pee in the car. Not a car that I'm in, at least. Shit's nasty. But being that Fran has to live with the bitch, if you know, I'm confused about Fran, to be honest, but being that she has to live with her, you would think that she would just keep her mouth shut. Like, it's not that deep. It's not like she's peeing on the seat or peeing in her panties or something. Like, that's really nasty. She tried to go crouch over in the corner and piss in a bottle. So we have to give her a little bit of credit, I guess. But like, the way that Fran was acting, it was like how she just, because Fran already didn't like her, or because Fran already has her little reservations about the girl, Fran was making it such a big deal about the piss. And so I think that's where this all kind of began. Anyway, she makes it known that she's going to fight Fran when they get home. And homegirl did exactly what she told her she was going to do. She started biting off her acrylics and spitting them in the piss. And she said they gonna have to clean up piss and nails. And what, bitch? I was like, this bitch is ghetto. She's ghetto. She was spitting out her nails into the pee. She was. It was a little alarming for me. You know, that doesn't happen in the suburbs. While they're on the bus, basically arguing, Bree tells Fran that she could have pissed in her mouth instead if that's what she would have preferred. And Fran got slick with it and told her, sorry, no thanks, sorry, I'm not paying $5,000 for that. I said, Jesus, be offense. Jesus, please be offense today, because Fran was itching for it. Like, it was almost like Fran wanted to fight her. And I was, you know what? Sometimes if you got a mouth, you gotta have the hands to back it up, okay? You can't just be out here with a mouth and no hands. That's just, you know, okay? And so that goes back to Susan. Susan said the same thing, because Fran seems to like to, you know, stir the pot a little bit. I'm noticing this about Fran. Even though she was mad quiet, we are seeing, sorry, I didn't even find my glow kit. I'll just use this one. This discontinued ass glow kit. I want my other one, but I don't know where it is. Like, Fran is just, I realize that she is a little bit of a shit disturber. And she has a lot to say, but definitely, even though her and DeShayla got into it and she had the upper hand in that fight, I don't know. I don't think Fran is a fighter. I think she can hold her own, but she's definitely not a fighter, and she can't whoop ass. Like, she can't fight every single body. So she just needs to chill in this damn limo right now, or the bus. Anyway, after she said the comment about 5K, I was like, okay, this girl's gonna get real mad, because you know how strippers are, okay? They get mad about stuff like that. Like, don't come for their career choice, okay? Because you're no good and better. So yeah, so she gets hella pissed, and I think that's really what set her off. She was probably gonna fight Fran regardless, but I think because Fran basically tried to belittle her by saying that she sells her pom-pom, she just wasn't having it, and she just wasn't here for it. And so she decided that it was time for Fran to shut the fuck up. And so she told her, 1,000, get it right if you're gonna talk shit. And I said, 1,000 to piss in somebody's mouth? That is crazy. But I wouldn't have corrected Fran, because she said 5,000, and when she said 1,000 is less than 5,000, 5,000 sounds pretty good to me. But I think she might have heard 500, and that's why she said 1,000, because when she rebutted, but maybe she was just saying, like, get it right, period. Like, it's not 500, it's not 750, it's not 5,000, it's not 6,000, it's 1,000. So if you're gonna talk shit, at least get the numbers right. Maybe that's what she was trying to say. I don't know, but either way, I think this is really what triggered her to want to beat the fuck out of this girl. So Bree lets us know that her manicure is $130. And this personally hurt my heart because I'm the type of person to spend that much on a fucking manicure. Not recently, because I've been getting my nails really plain, but sometimes you just want that extra pizzazz, and so you will spend that much on your manicure. It hurt me because she was biting it off. I was like, no, don't do that. That's not nice. Okay, the nails didn't do anything to you. You need to not do that. But I realized that she couldn't hear me. Okay. And so I just let her do her thing. I said, you know what, if you gonna bite them shits off, girl. Do you, boo. I can't stop you. Fran basically is, at this point, she sounds like she's backing down. I don't even know what she said, but she basically said, she was trying to say like she's not picking a fight, or that the girl's picking a fight, and I don't know. The girl just kind of looked at her, made up her face, and then all the girls in the limo, except for, I guess, who's cool with Fran, just started cracking up because what Fran said didn't make no type of sense. Fran was just shook in the limo, okay? She was shook. She did not want that problem. So the girl gets in the house, and she had done already bit off her nail, so I think she was going to fight regardless. She's like, let me get some Spanx on. She goes to put on a little, I guess, Spanx outfit so that she could beat Fran's ass in peace. She said that Fran is about to find out how disgusting and nasty she really is, and I said, this is getting serious. Like, this is real deep. So Lil Key tells Big Key, if it goes down, there will be no jumping. And Big Key tried to say, she's like, but I didn't say that. Hunty, when they got off the bus, that is the first thing she said to Fran. She said, basically for Fran not to worry because she's jumping in that shit if the girl tries to touch her or fight her, blah blah blah. So then when she was saying this to Little Key, that nobody said that and she didn't say that, I said, why are you always lying? Why? I was like, why is she lying? You said that, bitch. I was just confused at this, but I said, okay, this is too much. I'm tired. Anyway, Rampage Jackson is over here searching the house for Fran and can't find Fran nowhere. I seen Fran was booking it, and you guys probably don't realize this, but Fran was standing at the producer door. That's where she went. Fran was scared for her life, you guys. She went to go to the producer door for them to either let her inside or something, okay? She was shooketh. She was so scared. That little white door past the little brown stairs, past the wooden stairs where the hot tub is, that is the producer door, and she was standing there with Seora. That is the first place Fran ran to when she got into the house because she did not want the problem. Y'all know that even though they don't air the fights properly, they still want the fights for good TV. And so them bitches was not opening that door for Miss Franny Fran. No, they were not. The producer said, not today, bitch. You better wait. It's your fault. You've been talking all this shit. You gonna learn today. I think the producers wanted Fran to get beat up because guess what? No security showed up for this girl, okay? Usually as soon as the commotion starts in the house, if they see that something is gonna go down, the security is there right away. You guys probably noticed this too. The security was not there for this entire time. The girl bit off her nails in the limo. You would have thought the producers would have been outside waiting for them in the van when they got off the bus. But there was no producers in sight. There was no security in sight. I was like, this gonna be real good. Like, this is probably the best episode. Anyway, Bree finds Fran by the producer door. She's mad shook and she's coming in hot. Like, she's speed walking over to Fran because she really wants to beat her ass. She put her hair up in one. All the bitches' tracks were out. She not even a natural blonde. Like, when I tell you all her tracks is that she had her hair sewed in. That's how you know she from the hood, child. You don't see a lot of white girls with a sewing, but there are a few. Okay, I've met a few. But she had her whole shit sewed in, and she had put it up in a ponytail, so her edges were all that was left out, and I guess her middle part. All her tracks were out. Her hair was in a ponytail or a bun, and she was ready to kick Fran's ass. But Big Key was standing in front of Fran, and she was trying to like defuse the situation, but it wasn't happening. And Bree was like, yo, this is not about you, it has nothing to do with you, don't worry about it. But she was acting so weird this but she was crying and stuff. Well, she'd been crying, but like, it was just weird to me. I was just like, why is she going so hard defending this girl? Let them duke it out. Bree keeps trying to get Big Key to move from in front of Fran, but Big Key doesn't want to move from in front of Fran. She's really out here trying to be some fairy godmother and protect her. And so instead, Bree just reaches over and punches Fran in the face, like dead in the face. At this point, Fran tries to rush at Bree. They slipping and sliding all over the place, but then Bree does get the upper hand and ends up landing quite a few on Franny Fran. Security is here at this point, and I was like, finally, like y'all took a year and a day. Them niggas was late as fuck. I said, y'all must have been eating, because I don't stop my food for nobody. They was on their lunch break, and that's probably why nobody was out there, okay? Because the security doesn't go out there until producers send security. That's it. Scratch what I said. Security does not come, okay? They don't come yet, okay? Ignore me. That's my fault. They did not come yet, okay? Security was MIA. And this is how I know that the producers wanted Fran to get beat up. I don't know what she did to the damn producers. I think they were just tired of her. They're like, yeah, bitch, beat her up. Fuck it. They probably want to send her home because she's boring. That's what happens, you guys. If the producers think you're boring, they will get the girls to send you home. That's what... Ew. That's why in this episode, the producers didn't call a meeting or anything and say like, okay, this is too violent. You guys go, somebody has to go home. None of that. Hotel, nothing. It's like, are y'all on March break? Like, where were the producers? Honestly, I was really surprised by the fact that there was nobody there. So at this point, Fran is looking a hot fucking mess. If y'all don't know what a hot fucking mess looks like, just go watch this episode. You gonna see. She look a hot fucking mess, honey. Her hair was like, she looked like a damn rooster. Like, her hair was looking like it was missing, like it got ripped out or something. Her face was scratched up, child. She looked like she got in a fight with a damn animal, a wild one, a tiger, a lion, a bear, girl, I don't know. But it didn't look like she fought a damn human. I'll tell you that. Her hair was so messy, and I was like, oh my gosh. But let me tell you guys something. If there's one type of girl in this world you don't fight, it's a damn stripper. Because strippers been fighting their whole damn life, and when they get to the strip club, even if they got to the strip club and didn't know how to fight, by the time they done their stripping career, they know how to whoop ass, okay? You don't fight no damn stripper. I would never fight a stripper, bitch. Fuck that, okay? There's two, they are like in jujitsu, child. I don't even know. Karate. They know everything. They are the Jet Lis of the modern world, okay? Anyway, Big Key's dumbass ends up cursing out Sayora, like Sayora done did something wrong. And I was confused. I was like, what the fuck Sayora gotta do with this shit? Like, these bitches are crazy. Where's my palette? So yeah, Big Key is cursing out Sayora, and I'm just like, what the fuck for? Like, leave poor Sayora alone. Sayora done went through hell and back in this house. Y'all just need to leave her alone. Sayora had nothing to do with anything. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but yeah, she was getting cussed the fuck out. I guess because she didn't stick up for Fran, and also because Bree told Sayora that they have something to talk about, because I guess Bree was mad at Sayora from the club incident, and so Sayora was sitting there waiting to talk to Bree about whatever. She didn't know what she had to talk to her about, and so she was just waiting around to see. Either way, the whole shit was weird when she started to cuss her out, and I was just like, why is this going on? Big Key is crying, and she leaves to go find Fran. She's like, where's Fran? Where's Fran? And she's crying her eyes out, and she locates Fran, and then they start crying together, and I'm like, no. Y'all are in the bad girl's house. Like, why is everybody in tears right now? And at this point, I'm like, they gotta be on their periods. I'm so sorry about it. Like, they must be on their damn periods, because why are emotions running so high today? Like, y'all need some dick. Holy. I was like, no, this is too much. There's really no need for the nonsense. So Sayora and Bree squash whatever. They're good now. They talk about what happened at the club, and they're good. And Bree says that she's okay with Sayora and she's not fighting Sayora because Sayora didn't disrespect her. She just did something that she didn't agree with in terms of the guy. And so that's basically it, but they were able to talk about that because it was something petty, but she feels like Fran was really trying to play her. That is why she was so upset with Fran and wanted to fight Fran. Because honestly, let's be real here, Fran been hating on homegirl. Like, there is no question about that. I actually agree with Sayora staying neutral in this because it's not your beef to get involved with. Like, I'm sick of these girls acting like they brought their childhood best friend into the house and their childhood best friend is turning against them or something. That is not even what it is. And it's not like Sayora was picking a side. She was staying neutral and minding her business as she should be. Just because Fran has conflict with Bree, she's supposed to all of a sudden ride out and not fuck with Bree even though she just met her. They vibe. Like, she's not gonna do that. That's just not who she is. So at the end of the day, y'all need to just leave her out of it. And Big Key shouldn't be involved in it either. She has nothing to do with anything. She's trying to pretend she a damn peacemaker in this bitch when clearly that is not the case. So at this point, Fran's tracks are out, okay? The whole head back, her shit's out. I'm embarrassed for the girl. And I'm just like, she need to get that shit in check. Everybody's tracks were out. I was like, this is tacky as hell. Anyway, at this point, Fran's having a mental breakdown and she is acting like a mad white woman. Like, she's literally screaming at the top of her lungs. She's red. Her whole body's red, okay? Not even just her face. Her whole entire body is red. And she is screaming at the top of her lungs about the girl. She's calling her stupid stripper bitch. She's going off on a tangent, you guys. And I'm just like, I can't. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know she was acting insane. I was just like, they need to put this bitch in a damn straitjacket. Like, she was yelling, security's there holding her. It was a hot mess. I was like, this is way too much. Like, way too fucking much. But Fran was literally having a mental breakdown. And this is again why I say I was so surprised there was no hotel for the night. Nothing. I was like, no, like, something going on. I can't be the only one that's surprised that there was no hotel for the night. Like, while all this is going on, Bree is mad unbothered. She over there twerking in the corner. And yeah, so this is actually when security actually came to do their job. I guess they decided Fran had enough. And it's so funny because the security was only on Fran's ass because she was going crazy. They didn't even bother, what's her name? Bree. Oh yeah, the brow lady definitely cut me. She like pinched my skin open. So Seven and security is basically trying to calm Fran down. Fran ain't calming down, y'all, because she is having a breakdown. Like I said, like, ain't no calming Fran down at this point. She's just going to be mad and stay mad. So Big Key is crying again. Security's like wherever, I don't know where they are. They're in the elevator about to go to the roof. Fran, Seven, and Big Key are in the elevator. And Big Key starts bawling her eyes out and is doing all kinds. And then Seven is in her confession. Well, Seven is basically telling her, like, basically to either put up or shut up. And if she feels like she needs to defend her friend, then to go defend her friend. And of course, Key is like saying that that's what she's gonna go do, and decides that she wants to, I guess, pick a fight with Bree. Seven was in confessional basically saying that Big Key just wanted attention, which I was in agreement with. I definitely agreed. She was trying to make this shit about her and I didn't understand why. And so that's why she was crying and acting a damn fool. Maybe she was drunk. I don't know. It was just weird, okay? And so she was saying that in her confessional and I was agreeing with everything she said until yet again she made a reference to Big Key being fat. And I told you guys last week, like, I'm so over that shit. It's so annoying. And she didn't call her fat this time. What she said was, no one is gonna pat your big ass on the back, like, to console her or whatever, because she was trying to get attention. And I was just like, why did she have to say your big ass back? Why couldn't she just say your back? Like, why did everything have to do with this girl's weight? Like, how did they not? I don't know. Anyway, she convinced Big Key to, I guess, deal with Bree. And so Big Key heads over there thinking she's large and in charge. Pause. I was not coming for her weight. I was just saying that her chest is being bigged up right now. She thinks that she is the shit. Okay, that's all I was saying. Okay, don't come for me. So, yeah, she's there thinking that, and she basically goes to address Bree. The problem is that she is all up in Bree's face, and Bree doesn't have a problem with her at this point, and Bree's made that very clear. Bree keeps telling her, like, please, like, get out of my face. Bree tries to, like, move so that Big Key is not in her face, and Big Key won't let up. Like, she just keeps staying in her face, and she's literally in her... Honestly, if she was that close to me, I would have to punch her too, because she was so close in her face, and her hands are here, above shoulders. Bitch, nuh-uh, it's not going down like that. You could just back the fuck off. That's what you can do. And so I was like, I was 100%, I was like, since homegirl's trying to move out of the way, you should probably take that as a sign. You just seen what she did to Fran. Leave her the fuck alone. Like, it's not your place. I don't know why she want to be involved. Like, I hate when people are always trying to involve. Like, don't involve where you do not need to involve. So again, she lets Kiki know that she does not have a problem with her and asks her to move. As she should. She should move. But she decided she didn't want to move, and instead she pushes Bree into the wall. Pushes her back into the wall. So now Bree's upset, of course. Bree ends up getting the upper hand yet again, because I told you, don't pick no fight with no damn stripper. But they don't want to listen to me. You know, what do I know? And yeah, so Bree gets the upper hand. Security comes quickly this time, and they break up that fight with the quickness. So then we see Fran is sitting on the damn floor, wrapped in a blanket, bawling her eyes out still, looking like a damn homeless man on the street. Like, I was like, no, why is Fran doing this? Why is Fran feeling sorry for herself right now? Like, you started this. You decided to open your mouth and talk about the girl's nasty. You didn't have to say that. You could have thought it. You could have kept that thought to yourself. You could have said it in your head and been disgusted like you've been doing and being in the confessional. But you wanted the smoke. Like, you opened your mouth first and you said that she is disgusting, or what she was doing was disgusting. And now that she is wanting to fight you, or now that she's beat you up for opening your mouth, you have a problem? It don't work like that. Where they do that at, girl? He comes and she's like to Fran, I'm your real friend. I just fought that girl for you. And she's there crying again. And I'm just like, nah, I need this to be done with, because I'm done with the tears. It doesn't make sense to me. At this point, now they're trying to come for Sayora and basically say Sayora is not right because she isn't sticking up for Fran, or she didn't stick up for Fran. And I'm just like, what does any of this have to do with Miss Say? Like, what's Say gotta do with this? What's Sayora got to do with it? Let me know. Like, let me know what Sayora has to do with your fight with this girl, please. And they're trying to say that Sayora defended the girl, and I was like, did I miss that part of the episode? Like, I didn't hear Sayora defend anybody at all. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't hear Sayora defend anyone, so I was kind of confused by that. But they were trying to say that she defended the girl, she didn't stick up for Fran, she's basically a bad friend. So Sayora flips it on them, and she's like, when I was in this house by myself, minding my business, and everybody was against me, you two were still cool with Little Key. So why, now that I'm doing the exact same thing and staying neutral and minding my business, not sticking up for anybody, I'm the bad guy? So Big Key gets very upset, and she basically goes over to Sayora, is in her face. Sayora's not in a fighting mode. Sayora's not even expecting to fight the girl because they're supposed to be cool. She's probably thinking, this shit finna blow over. I'll see them in the morning. Nuh-uh. Big Key decided to sock Sayora in the face. Okay, she punched her with like a gorilla bear punch. Like, she came from back here with the swing and swung and did one of these, like one of these. She didn't go like this, she went like this. Like, she did a knuckle punch, okay? So right when this happens, security rushes in, and basically Sayora didn't have enough time to get off the bed and run to fight Kiki, because security had grabbed her by the time she got over there, and security had also grabbed Big Key as well. I wonder how much these security guards are getting paid, because honestly, they are dealing with some crazy ass bitches. This is probably the most action they have gotten being security guards ever. Oh my gosh. So after this, Say goes to talk to Bree, and I guess they are the new coast in the house, because there's the East Coast, there's the West Coast, and then there's Say and Bree Coast. So they have linked up, and I guess from this point on they will be allies. For the first time, Little Key actually had me dying, and she was talking about, we got cupcakes. She said there's cupcakes in the house and you bitches are fighting. Like, I agree, bitch. I love me some cupcakes, but I seen that the last thing I realized about this scene was that Seven needs to clean her makeup brushes, because she is definitely suffering from some serious breakouts right now. So it's now morning, and this is ugly. So it's morning time, and Fran is starting up real early today, and I'm like, really, Fran? She sees Bree walk by, and she's like, morning, asshole. And I was just like, Fran, you got your ass beat last night. Your face is a fucking mess. Why are you antagonizing the girl? She beat you up. Why are you not leaving her alone? Security didn't save you. Why are you not leaving this girl alone? I just didn't understand. I was like, if I was Fran, I would just keep my mouth shut, because clearly she does not have hands. Lucky for her, Bree is in a better mood, I guess, or feeling bad about last night, and so she didn't pay Fran any mind. She just ignored her and proceeded to go wherever the fuck she was going. Sayora pulls Fran aside to discuss last night's events, or like clear the air and like basically state like she wasn't picking sides or anything like that. Like, that's not what it was. She didn't defend the girl. She was just trying to be neutral about it. And Fran is basically saying it's whatever, but then in her confessional she says that she doesn't think that her and Sayora could ever be friends again based on what happened. Just say that to Sayora, because why are you gonna go in your confessional? She literally said it is what it is, it's whatever. She did say that judging by her face, if that's the kind of person Sayora wants to, I guess, befriend, then that's on Sayora. But she didn't tell Sayora, like, I don't fuck with you anymore. Just make the shit clear. Like, don't beat around the bush and say it is what it is. And then in your confessional say you don't think that you guys could ever be friends again. Tell the bitch. Sayora doesn't really care, I don't think, because she did say that Fran is a grown-ass woman, and if she decides that she doesn't want to talk to Sayora anymore, or talk to her anymore, she can do that. So now we see Big Key is in the kitchen talking about her scratches from last night and basically talking shit about Bree. She's telling Little Key. She's talking shit to Little Key, but Bree is in the makeup room doing her makeup, and she can hear every word that she's saying, and so she's just listening and paying attention to what she's saying. Oh my god, my wing liner is fucked. So basically what's happening is, now that Big Key and Bree are beefing, she's quick to spill all this tea to Little Key. And I just found that quite interesting. If there's one thing I don't like, it's when people do that shit. I'm just like, that is so whack. Like, why the fuck are you telling Little Key anything? She's basically telling Little Key all the stuff that Bree has been saying about her. Telling her stuff like Brianna thinks that Little Key is scared of her, and that she has all the other bitches in the house on hush since she arrived here. That is very true. She came in the house, and Seven is really the only person that's stepped to her and said anything. But Key, who we usually see turning up and stuff, hasn't said anything. Like, you know, she's tried to squash beef with her. She tried to make an ally out of her, and it didn't work. But she has not tried. I really fucked up my makeup. She has not tried to, like... So while all of this shit talking is going on, Bree is taking it all in. She can hear it from the other room. You could tell she's a little bit bothered by it. Because she probably wouldn't do that. She's probably not the type of girl that would run and tell people's business. Run and tell what they've been talking about just because they're no longer fucking with each other. So she says in her confessional that she has no friends and any bitch can get it because just for that reason alone, she has absolutely no friends and no loyalty to anybody. So if bitches want to talk shit, they can get popped. I really fucked myself on this look. So Fran decides that she's also going to chime in and tell Little Key about the comments that Bree made about being a bully. And I was just like, you bitches are weak as hell. Like, you guys would never have uttered these words to Little Key if you guys didn't have some sort of falling out with her. They had a falling out with Bree and now they're spilling all the tea. Like, they didn't even wait like 24 hours. Seven goes in her confessional and she is basically saying that Little Key needs to watch herself when it comes to those two girls because they're just looking for somebody to be on their side against Bree, which is facts. Like, that's all that is. And I was like, I'm glad me and Seven is on the same damn page today because that is more than evident that that is exactly what they're trying to do. I was so annoyed with them. I'm just like, what is wrong with you guys? They're basically trying to flip the house, take the heat off themselves, and put the heat onto Bree because they have a problem with her. Little Key and Bree do end up, I guess, exchanging words, but this is where the episode ended, so I was like, we didn't really get to, we'll get to see next week, I guess, if it actually pops off into anything. But I feel like Key is only paging Bree because of what the girls are saying, which is obviously the truth. Like, she has no other reason to page her on anything, and so she probably is just trying to hold her ground and make it be clear that she still runs shit. Because in her confessional she was saying that Bree came into this house thinking that she was going to run it, but that's not the vibe I get from Bree, so I don't know why she feels that way. It's obviously going to be a series of unfortunate events. So yeah, that's basically all that happened in this episode. I'm sure next week will be turned up again. This is definitely the most action-packed season that we've had in a long time, and I'm here for it. Anyway, you guys, I love you all, and I will definitely see you in the next one.